And welcome everyone to an NCAA.com March Madness off-season Skype session. Pleased to be joined by Myles Powell, who I've got the number one candidate for the Jerry West Award. Look, you could put him number one, number two, number three for Cousy, West. I don't care. He's a playmaker. He's a scorer. I think he's going to win one of these awards at some point this season. You could really go in any direction. And he's back at Seton Hall. This came down to the 11th hour, Myles. What went into that final decision before you decide, you know what, not going to do the NBA draft, I'm going to go back to Seton Hall?
Well, like I tweeted, of course, being the first person in my family to get a college degree, and of course, not the coaching staff and the teammates that I have. I mean, this is a great group. These are my brothers, and I just wasn't ready to leave yet.
Look, you had a great workout and performance at that G League camp. But then it didn't, for whatever reason, I don't understand. You didn't get invited to the regular part of the combine later in the week in Chicago. How much did that factor into your decision when you had the good performance the first couple of days in Chicago, but then not invited to the latter part of the week?
Well, I mean, it didn't really hurt my decision because, I mean, a lot of teams still reached out to my agent, and I still knew I was in a good position. So I still had 3-4 more workouts afterwards, and like I said, I knew I was still in a good position, so my head was still high.
So you did wait down to the last, basically, really the last couple of hours. Why did you think, that final day before you informed everyone that you were coming back to Seton Hall?
Well, my pro day was Tuesday, and then, Coach Willard was out there supporting me again as he was throughout this whole process. But Coach Willard was out there, and then I had my pro day Tuesday, and then the final day was Wednesday. So Wednesday morning, I had breakfast with Coach Willard and my agent, Sam. And then that's when I really made the decision and decided that that's when I was going to come back to school.
So, look, not every coach would do what Coach Willard did, which is basically go out there and be right by you. And he easily could have been right by you as you say, you know what, Coach, thanks for coming, but I'm gone. I'm not coming back. What did you think of him wanting to be there, but also walking that line of not trying to push you back, but, supporting you and knowing that if you go to the NBA, his season changes dramatically.
Yeah, well, I mean, me and Coach Willard, if you know us, I mean, our relationship is beyond basketball. So, I mean, I know he was there out the kindness of his heart, and like I said, I knew he wanted the best for me, and he's been at my back since I've been here all 4 years. So, I mean, like I said, if you know us, you know our relationship is beyond basketball.
So, Myles, I was at the Big East 40-year anniversary celebration with your athletic director, Pat Lyons, and he's checking his phone. Everyone in the Big East is like, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Everyone's all excited. Did you have any idea about how much your decision would impact the Seton Hall community?
No, actually I didn't. And then when I made the decision and it touched the internet, me and Coach were texting back and forth, and he was just like, wow, Myles, this is crazy. Like, it's everywhere. And once I tweeted out, and like 30 minutes in, that's when I really sat down and got some time to really think about it. And everything that was going on, it really made me feel like I made the right decision. So, I mean, like I said in my tweet, I'm blessed to be here on it, where I'm at on and off the court in my life. So, like I said, it's a good feeling. I feel like I made the right decision.
All right. So what did you learn from the NBA workouts that you can apply now in the off season before next season to improve yourself, but also not change who you are? I mean, sometimes guys are like, oh, I got to shoot more threes, but that's really not who they are. So what did you learn that really could work within your own narrative of what you want to become next season at Seton Hall?
Just be more of a playmaker. Not only just scoring the ball, but getting my teammates involved, making the right plays, and just being more comfortable with the ball in my hands.
All right, so last season, you guys get into the tournament, weren't able to advance. I think it's a different story this season. As you look at what is coming back, what was sitting out, what's your anticipation about now Seton Hall being looked at, and I'm not the only one saying this, as the favorite to win the Big East and advance into the NCAA tournament?
Yeah, like I said, everybody in the world, I feel like, got a glimpse of how great this team can really be. We came up short in the Big East championship, and we didn't make it out the first round. So, I mean, like you just said, the goal is to win the Big East and to make it out the first round and really show the world what we're really about. I mean, this group is ready. We work hard. If you watch us play, you know we get out there and we're gritty. So, I mean, we're definitely coming to take what's ours, and we're going to be ready.
How do you think you guys will handle now being the hunted?
I mean, it's fine because this is what you work for. I mean, me and Quincy McKnight as the seniors and the captains and the leaders, we're not going to let this group lack. And I mean, like I said, this is my last go around, and I'm gonna make sure I go out with a bang.
So you, Alpha Diallo at Providence, Marcus Howard at Marquette. There's going to be some battles, not just for wins, but also Player of the Year candidates and all that. How much are you looking forward to going against your colleagues, if you will, in this league in what should be, I think, a great rebound season for the conference?
Like I said, this conference is one of the best conferences in the country, and I mean, I feel like we have one of a lot of top players, and you don't never know what can happen any given night. So I mean, I'm definitely going to be ready, and I'm sure my opponents are too.
All right, last thing here, Myles. We know what's coming back, but in this offseason, and I don't know if you have to name names here, but who are you looking for? What has to be tweaked to make sure this team takes that next step up?
Who surprised me so far is Anthony Nelson and Jared Rhoden. I mean, them taking the jump from being freshman to sophomore, I really feel like that's going to be important for our team. And coming off and being a great point guard that he is, and Jared just having that confidence that we see him play with every day, and him just being able to score the ball and rebound and defend. So, I mean, out of anybody in our team, I think those two are going to be the main two that come out and shock the world, and really, you guys will really see how good they can be.
And Myles, when the game's on the line and someone's got to take that big shot, why do you embrace it?
I mean, like I said, this is what you live for. This is what you work hard for. The hours right now where nobody sees in the summer when you're grinding and you can be out doing other things and partying and having fun with your friends. Those are the moments that it comes in handy.
Well, Myles, we're thrilled you're back in college basketball. I know we're going to be talking a lot about you throughout the course of next season.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks, Myles.